Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a hat schematic in Inkscape. Inkscape is a free program. It works on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and it's how I make all my schematics for my knitting patterns. So let's get started. Okay, so I've opened Inkscape. It's a brand new window. This is what you would start with. The first thing we want to do is add a grid. So we go to File, Document Properties. This is where you can also make the background color white. By default, it's transparent. If you want a white background, you just move that up to 255. I'm going to leave it as transparent. So what you're looking for is grid. You want to add a new grid. Now, I like to do mine in millimeters, and I like to have it every 1 millimeter. And I like to have my major grid lines a different color. And we'll just make it a little bit darker. Okay, so I've gone ahead and changed the page size to a B10. You can set it as a custom size. Really, because we're making a schematic, I don't want it too big. So I have it set as a B10, and then I've hit zoom to fit page and window. And now we're going to draw a hat. So you want to go over to this draw Bezier curves and straight lines. And then I'm just going to start with a super rough Okay, so that kind of looks nothing like our hat right now, but that's okay. We're gonna start playing with the nodes. Now, one thing you want to do is enable snapping. So that's this first one, make sure it's enabled, but you wanna make sure that snap nodes, paths, and handles is clicked, and that you snap smooth nodes and cusp nodes. And that should be good. If you notice other things are not snapping, you can go and click on these. Okay, so now it snaps to the grid. So I'll just go through, make sure they're all snapped. Okay, so you can see this one has an extra node. You just go to this delete and it goes away. Okay, the first thing we're going to work on is the top of the hat. So if you click this node and then you want to hover over and you want to make it symmetric, it makes it curved. Then you can drag these out, and you only have to drag one because it's symmetric. And already we have a really close hat shape. Okay, so one of the things I like to do, which helps me get my schematics looking the way I want, is to make them to scale. So in this case, I'm going to have each box, which is a millimeter, represent 1 centimeter. So if the brim of the hat is 5 centimeters, then it should be 5 boxes. That's one grid, one of the major grid lines, which it is. And if it's 50 centimeters in circumference, then it's 25 centimeters from one side to the other laid flat. So that needs to be 25 blocks, which is 5 grid boxes. So it needs to come out to there. Now, because it's 25 boxes, I can't quite put this one in the middle and have it snap. But what you can do is you can hold down Shift as you drag the node, and I can just put it approximately in the middle, and that will be fine. And then I'm going to drag these out. Okay, now, so the height from here to here should be 20 centimeters or 20 boxes, which it is. And so that is our hat drawn to scale. The next thing to do is add in the measurements. So again, I do that with straight lines. We're going to go from there to there, from there to there, from there to there, and then we'll put it over here for right now to there. Okay, and then we add in the text. Okay, and now that text is a little big, so I'm going to select them all by holding down Shift as I click. And move this back. No, we're going to click font, which is the T. And then I'm going to change the size maybe down to 10. And then you have to hit apply. There we go. You can change the fonts. One nice tip is if you just click, you can type in. So if you know you want like Times New Roman, you can just click, type it in, and then click apply. Now it's all Times New Roman. Then I want to change these lines. So again, I'm holding shift as I click. And the one you're looking for is this one right above the font. If you hover over it, says edit the object's colors, gradients, arrowheads, fill, and stroke. So if you click that, I want to go to stroke style, and I usually make these quite a bit thinner, maybe that much. And then the markers, you can put on at the beginning and end whatever you want. Let's just go for these little arrows at the top. I'm going to drag this one in. And then I want to rotate these. So it's this fourth one in, rotate counterclockwise. Then I get this one approximately where I want it. And then again, holding shift and clicking the arrow, we're going to go over to this one that looks like a bar graph, which says align and distribute. And for these ones, we are going to align them on the horizontal axis. And I'm going to do the same for these. Now I'm actually going to align these on the vertical axis and then align these two in the middle. Now that looks nearly done, but this is a straight line, and if you remember in the original, we want it curved to indicate the circumference. Actually, I'm going to move this down because we need a little bit of space. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is kind of just drag it down. Okay, so you can drag any line and make it a curve, and then if you don't want it, you just select the nodes, again holding shift, click the straight line, and it snaps it back. Then what we're going to do is we're going to select these nodes. So you click the first one, hold shift, click the second one, add a node. So it puts a node there. Then, so if I just click this arrow, this line comes up. That's to change the curve. So we're going to drag it out about 10 boxes away. And we're going to do the same for this second one. Then we're going to drag these out. Then you're going to click the arrow again and you're going to move it in. So we want it about there, so it lines up with the edge of the hat. Click this and align them vertically. Then I'm going to use the arrow keys on my computer to just move that up so it doesn't move left or right. And if we zoom out, we have a pretty good hat. So I know this is off the page, but actually doesn't matter when we export. So you're going to go File, Export Ping. We are going to export the drawing. So you can export the page, that will cut it off. You can export a selection, so you could select them all. This is useful if you have other things that you don't want to export. Or what I do is I just export the drawing. So export as, put it on the desktop, and then make sure you hit the export button down there. We're going to replace. Okay, so then if we open up hat.ping, there it is. Now, if that's a little small for your pattern. You can make this bigger. So you can make the image size whatever. If we wanted it 500, the height will change automatically. Again, export it, save, and then export, replace. And now it's bigger. And there's no blurriness. It's absolutely fine. And that is how you make a simple hat schematic. If you have other things you would like to see me create in Inkscape for schematics, shawls, socks, let me know. Leave a comment below. If you think this is far too much work and you'd rather just buy the schematics already drawn, I do have a bundle available for purchase. When you purchase it, you get all of these schematics. There's cardigans, there's different hats, there's shawls, and you just open them in Inkscape. This is what it looks like, and then you just go in. If you want to change the font, you can double click, or you can go over here to text and just type there, hit apply, and that changes the text so you can put in your own measurements. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe. I will be back soon with another video. Bye.